putting the finishing touches on a clearly homemade ball gown. There are elongated rats at her feet, sitting upright watching on. They look almost like ferrets, but are very much rats. Copper nickel rats.
What do you think? Will I win myself a handsome knight in shining armor?
The rats bounce up and down in approval. On the opposite side of the stage, Prince Victor is standing in front of a mirror being fitted for a suit by Alistair.
What's the verdict? How do I look?
I don't think Alistair's here. Dashing as always, sire.
Butler brushes dust off the prince's jacket.
You have done a bang-up job this time, Alistair. Remind me to tell my father to give you a raise.
Go ahead, Kylie.
You're too kind, Your Highness.
I simply cannot wait. I didn't think I would ever be so excited for one of Elmira's tasteless balls, but this is my first in a very long time.
The rats bounce up and down again in I wasn't done. In approval and excitement. The door suddenly opens. The rats scurry off. The step queen Elmira rocks up the stairs, dressed to the ugliest of nines in Nagaki feathery ball gown. Edwina and Ermengarde attempt to enter at the same time, but cannot both fit due to their abnormally round ball gowns, which of course are also both award-winningly atrocious.
I suppose this means you finished your tiny list of chores? Clearly, I didn't set you enough tasks.
Yes, Your Majesty. How do I look?
Ha! Do not suppose for a minute that I care. But, oh dear, tisk tisk.
The step queen has noticed Sydney's curtains. They have been cut for her gown.
You would destroy my property for that awful dress?
Stepsisters are on either side of the step queen, making her look like a giant peacock.
Uh-oh. You're in for it now, cellar dweller.
No, these curtains belong to the Castro.
And the Castro belongs to me. So therefore, you have destroyed my property.
Have her beheaded, Mother. You've always wanted to.
I would do it myself if I wasn't wearing my favorite ball gown. We shall deal with it in the morrow? Like tomorrow?
Morrow's right.
Until then, we'll have to think of a new punishment.
The step queen paces. We switch over.
Do you think I'll meet the woman of my dreams, Alistair?
Sorry. If it gets you to stop asking me, then yes, sire. To keep asking me would be to jinx it.
What superstitious nonsense!
As you wish, sire.
I wonder if that village girl from the forest will be there.
Prince Victor stares out a large arched window to the forest across the village.
One would assume fully bathed and perfumed.
Love has no sense of smell, Alistair.
And after 1 minute, not a single word exchanged. I can see how this is true love.
Do you not believe in love at first sight? I never took you for the cynical type.
Alistair gives a single howl.
I have no problem swallowing the idea of love at first sight, sire. But love at first smell? I'm having trouble dealing with.
You always did make me laugh.
'Tis my honor, your majesty. Your father would be absolutely disgusted with this destruction of Castro property. And since you cannot be beheaded, there shall be no ball for you this evening, princess.
The stepsisters leaps with joy.
Yes.
Yes.
Step queen.
Com- Complain all you like, rat, but you.
Queen pokes Sydney in the chest. The princess falls back toward her lit fireplace.
You are a disgrace to the Dalian name. I shall explain to the Duke that you were sent away on urgent business in Calibaro. No kingdom is on good terms with the House of Moroni. These days, nobody will question it.
Sydney feels something at the back of her dress. It has started to sing and burn.
Ouch, my dress!
Princess Sydney leaps forward away from her fireplace. The stepsisters laugh hysterically.
From cellar dweller to Cinderella.
All three royals laugh nastily as they exit down the spiral stairs. The heavy door is slammed shut and bolted. Not once, not twice, 10 times. It goes on and on. Princess Sydney rolls her eyes as the final lock is bolted shut. Prince Victor hands Alistair a small red rose.
You're too kind, Prince Victor, but I'm afraid I'm married.
I need you to pin this on me.
As you wish, sire.
The butler pins the red rose onto Victor's lapel. Princess Sydney falls into a heap on the floor, crying into her hands. Girl, now why are you crying?
Perfect.
Your mother and father would be ever so proud, Your Highness.
Shall we?
Don't forget your engagement gift.
Alistair rips around and picks up a strange and interesting plant, then hands it to the prince.
You carry it, Al. That thing creeps me out.
The prince grabs his traveling cloak and exits. Alistair looks down at the plant, shakes his head, and then follows the prince. Sydney is weeping into her hands. The elongated rats slowly come out of hiding to see why she's upset. A particularly small baby rat cuddles up into her lap. Princess Sydney scratches behind its ears. It nestles into her hand.
No use crying over spilled milk, I guess.
Sydney begins a soft, gentle lullaby to the baby rat. She stretches her legs out and rests her head on the stone wall as she sings.
Don't let the wolves disturb you now. Begin on your path, you'll win. Somehow, the night can be scary, dark and concited, but I'm in your heart, you're never defeated.
Snap, crackle, pop, fizzle! A bright light is followed by a sparkle of glitter. The attic is engulfed in smoke. A fairy suddenly appears before Princess Sydney. Princess Sydney recognizes her.
Missy. Here we go. Sydney.
Missy!
There's Missy. Missy. Tis I, child, Missy Margate, your beloved childhood fairy.
Princess Sydney leaps over leaps to her feet in excitement until a cold rush of realization washes over her.
Sorry, guys. I can't type and scroll at the same time. Hang on. Go ahead, Cynthia.
Missy, I've missed you. I'm so, so sorry.
For what, dear?
What for? Why, for giving you a cupcake with an open flame on it, of course.
Dear child, you were very adorable to make this old sweet do such a lovely looking batch of cupcakes for my birthday at your young age. How are you supposed to know I was allergic to fire? I won't hear another word about it. What's done is done.
But I'm so sorry. I missed you so much.
Princess Cindy falls down to Missy Margaret's feet, sobbing hysterically.
I'm here now, aren't I?
Princess Cindy sits up with another sudden realization.
Yes, but you're... How? Are you not my fairy godmother?
A very creative suggestion, however, have been on both sides of the light. I can assure you they do not exist. I believe I could be an imprint.
An imprint?
Yes, child, when those of us who possesses more than the common amount of magic reside in one place for long enough, our magic sticks around, and even in the afterlife are we able to access it.
So you're alive for a day.
I'm alive for as long as your soul needs me. It's you who is keeping my magic alive, child.
Me?
Well, you don't expect those 3 donkeys downstairs to contain much white light, do you?
I guess not.
However, inside of you there is enough goodness to blind the darkness with your light, and powers such as that attracts magic powers such as mine. Isn't that wonderful?
I think I understand, but why did you appear now? Why not when my father died?
Because, child, you were unaware of your power you have over your stepmother back then.
My white light?
Oh gosh, no, child. Even though the kindness of the kind would not be able to defeat the nasty con artist. I'm talking about your father's will.
You know about that? How does that change things?
Read it out loud. Read it and find out.
That's good and all, but how on earth do I get it?
This evening, your stepchildren will be rather preoccupied. I have no doubt sneaking about the castle will be easier than normal. If I recall correctly, the will is under her pillow.
And how do you propose I exit this room? They've bolted me in here 10 times.
Silly child, you forgot who you were speaking to.
Missy Margaret
Sorry.
waves her wand, sparkles fly off it. The sound of the door unlocked 10 times can be heard.
Princess Cindy. Thank you so much, Missy. Princess Cindy. Oh no. Okay. Thank you so much, Missy. Okay. No worries, Kylie.
Princess Sydney leans forward and hugs Missy tightly, then runs down the stairs. A third realization washes over her.
There's no way I could blend into wearing these burnt robes.
I thought you never asked.
I didn't. Whoa.
Smoke rises around Princess Sydney, engulfing her. Lightning cracks, the lights go out. They immediately come back on. Princess Sydney is now in a sparkly ball gown, the most stunning ball gown you ever did see. Princess Sydney is speechless.
See, it's
Just to begin, Princess, rush immediately off to the pumpkin patch. Take your rat friends with you. The rest will make sense when you get there. But I stress, as I am an imprint, the magic will wear off at midnight. Do you understand?
oh yes, midnight, pumpkin patch.
Princess Sydney runs up the stairs.
All right, friends, we're gonna